this is a video on how to install KETTLEWELL resonant covers onto your harmonica. Pretty simple process, but it's always good to have a tutorial to show you some things. I'll introduce the covers for you. This is the cover design. It was my invention, but it was Russ's genius that did the actual design. It has a gradual curve this way and just a little bit of lip there, so it really gives you a good grip on the harp. And you'll see it creates independent, what I call acoustically valid resonant chambers, which resemble half of a bell of a trumpet, actually. And this is a Saxony, this is a Vulcany, but they have similar tones, and you'll hear the difference between the two. That's the resonant covers. There's just more presence, you know. So, more projection, better tone. Okay, let's get to it. Well, the first thing you'll have to do is take your, your covers off. And to do this safely, I used 2 screwdrivers. One of them goes on the female screw on one side, and the other one goes on the male. And so we just kind of put these in here like this. And you simply unscrew. This is the same for Vulcany, by the way. And then you can just kind of shake those 2 out like that. And then holding here, we bring it around here and work on the back end. Now, I don't really hold the harp while I'm doing this, because I think the safest way to get the covers off without any damage to the reeds or breath savers is to simply let it drop off like that. In other words, I haven't touched the breath savers or the reeds at all, and I have done no damage to the instrument. There are many ways, of course, to to remove these things, but this is the one that I think is best. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and actually take these covers off and then put them on for you. And in this case, I actually hold the harp, you'll see, in my hand. So I don't do this putting it on the table, I hold it. Okay. And then they just kind of come off then, like this. Okay, let's talk a little bit about, some of the things you want to keep in mind. Lining up the cover is pretty easy. You put it on in such a way where the top edge here just hits on the lip of the harp, and then they're made to a perfect fit, edge to edge, so you can't miss on that. And you've got your up control here, and then you've got your holes, and as long as you put those screws right into those holes, you can't miss. So basically you do this, and then on the other side, of course, I come in and do the same thing. And I'm just making sure it's all lined up, and that makes sure that these channels under here are perfectly aligned as well. And so what you do then, now see how I'm holding it, watch this. I mean, I'm gripping it on both sides, holding the covers against it and making sure everything's lined up perfectly. Then you just take the screws, plop them into the hole that has the carve out for the head. One side has a kind of a carve out, the other side does not. and that's for the head of this Allen. And this Allen, just so you know, is a 7/64. And I just kind of plop this in here like this. And I just turn, and of course this brings this into the cover on the other side. And very light tightness, nothing very aggressive at all. So here you go. Okay, just turn, 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 and when it starts to grab, you don't twist it real hard. Just lightly snug. It's not going anywhere, and lightly snug, and that does it. So again, the cover lines up perfectly with the comb edge on both sides for you. That's easy, and this is what you'll have. It does not matter whether the cover's this way or this one's over here. But of course, the carve out for the Allen head is only on one side, so you're always going to be driving the Allen heads this way. And this concludes the tutorial. But I did have something fun to show you, just to give you some idea how much fantastic work Russ did. This is my first prototype. I just took an aluminum cover set and kind of started grinding a curved a little chamber in it. It's ridiculous. See how terrible it is? And then I did a plastic one that was probably as bad, and then he took it over. I didn't have the equipment to do this, but he was able to on a computer actually create the shape, which was the first prototype was perfect right out of the box. Did a beautiful job. Nice, easy grip. I happen to have a KETTLEWELL Ergo button on here. I used to make these. They just provide a more comfortable thing. And then you'll notice that on my Vulcany, I actually have a Saxony trapezoidal mouthpiece just because I prefer it to this, which is the Vulcany rounded. But that's just a personal thing. But anyhow, you can see, I mean, really, this is laughable. But the idea was there. There were a couple other drawings that were equally amateurish that I sent him as well. If you want to reach out to Russ to buy these, it's go to his email, Russ, R-U-S-S, dot Camerer, C-A-M-E-R-E-R, at gmail.com. And I do notice here that on mine, it looks like I can put the head on either side because they both have the drill out. So I could put the Allen bolt head on either side of the cover, apparently. Well, I'm not sure about that. Yeah, this one doesn't have any threads. So, in other words, this side has no threads. So no, it must go this way. Only one side has threading, this side. And this side does not. That just has holes. So no, you couldn't switch them around. You could put this cover down here and put the other one on this side, but you can't take the Allen bolt through that way. So that's something I want you to be aware of. So they are directional in that sense. I hope that helps you, and I highly recommend these. This was actually the Seidel Saxony was the first harp that this was ever made for, and it was the one it was designed for to warm up the sound of the instrument. But it's been applied to many other harps very successfully. I happen to play the Vulcany orchestra tuned. I think it's probably one of the best harmonicas on the market today. Dead air tight, beautiful tone. Can't beat it.